Hey everybody, thanks again for checking out Water and Ice Outdoors. My name is Pete. We are coming at you from my basement, unfortunately. It is just too cold outside. We got about minus 10 degrees, wind chills down near negative 30, I believe, and the bite is terrible as well. So all these combinations have made for just miserable weather. And so today, what we're going to do is do a product review. As you can see next to me, I've got my Engel bait cooler here, and I'm going to go over some of the really cool features about that. But first, I want to talk about a giveaway that we're doing on Instagram. For our 500th follower, when we get 500 followers, we are going to do this giveaway, and it is going to be for 4 of my favorite Strike King lures. If you know anything about me and bass fishing in the summer, Strike King lures are my absolute favorite. They're reasonably priced, they're the most realistic, and they catch fish by far the best in my experience. So what we're doing is when we hit 500 followers on Instagram, we're going to give away these 4 lures. They are the Strike King Red Eye Shad. We're giving away possibly one of the greatest lures ever made in the square bill crankbait, the KVD 1.5 in a bluegill color. It's one of my favorites. We're going to give away Andy Montgomery skipping jig for skipping under docks and trees and things like that. It's a fantastic bait. And then a good old double spinner bait here. It's got a small Colorado leaf on it, and then a willow blade leaf as well. And it's one of my favorite colors also, a little chartreuse green on there. So once we hit 500 followers on Instagram, I'm going to choose one random person from those 500 followers. There is 3 ways you can get entered though, not just, obviously following us on Instagram is number 1. Number 2 is subscribing to our YouTube channel. That'll get you an extra entry into our contest. And our 3rd is following us on Twitter. So those are the 3 ways that you can get entered. Again, following us on Twitter and YouTube get you those bonus entries. So you can get a max of 3 entries for this contest. So we've talked about that. Let's get into the bait cooler. I've wanted one of these for a while, and it has so many applications that it's just phenomenal. It's ice fishing, it's incredible. It keeps your live bait fresh. Your water never freezes. I was out yesterday in the same weather that's out right now, negative 10, and I was out there for 4 hours, and the water didn't even come close to freezing in this cooler. It latches, it's watertight, it's impact resistant, built really well. Right here, as you can probably hear it, you have your aerator. It runs on 2 D batteries. They don't come included, but that's not a big deal. You can find them anywhere. And you have 2 speeds with this aerator, which is nice. I'll shut this off. You have a little toggle switch right here, and you can switch it, flip it to the right, which is the low speed, or you can go to the left, which is the high speed. And it's up to you. If you have a lot of fish in here and you really need to pump a ton of oxygen in there, you can flip it on the high. I generally keep it on the low, and you really only have to cycle through this every once in a while. I don't have it running constantly. This cooler is so good that it keeps fish alive forever. You'll see in a second, I have fish in here, minnows and fatheads and suckers, and I bought them Thursday morning, and it's now 7 o'clock on a Saturday night, and they're still as active as ever. So let's open this up, and we'll take a look inside. Alright guys, so the really cool thing about this cooler, and you can see how active my minnows are. I have one dead one that has lost its head. I don't know if somebody tossed that back in there after using it, but these things are so good. they keep everything clean, they keep everything fresh, and like I said, I got these minnows last Thursday, and they are still as active as ever. So now you're looking at the tube from your aerator coming in. It comes through the cover of the cooler and comes down to this little ball right here, and that fits just right in there. You can adjust this coming in as much as you want, and when you flip your aerator on, hopefully you can see this, get a light over here a little better, and you can see that aerator is pumping in plenty of oxygen for these fish. And the nicest thing about this cooler is this bag insert. All you have to do when you want to grab a bait is lift this whole thing up, and you don't have to get your hands wet. And look at how active those are. Like I said, Thursday I bought those minnows, and they're still just going crazy. So another great thing for this, I'm not going to just use this for ice fishing. I'm going to be using this for catfishing in the summer, and it's going to be so nice to have this much room for bullheads, sucker minnows. I mean, they're all going to fit in here, and they're going to just last for days, and it's going to be perfect. So that's the Engel bait cooler. It's a fantastic product. It runs for about $70. This is the 30-quart model. You can get smaller sizes as well. I believe there's 2 smaller sizes, and they're a little bit cheaper. So if you don't want to get the big, huge 30-quart one, you can go down in size and save a little bit of money. I don't think I mentioned, but this aerator is also waterproof, so if you're out in the rain, you don't have to worry about this thing getting wet and frying the batteries or the motor. They've just thought of everything. So if you haven't checked these guys out, it's Engel Coolers. This is their Engel bait cooler, and it is probably the best live bait cooler out there. As always, guys, thank you so much for checking out Water and Ice Outdoors. If you like what you've seen, please click subscribe. It'll get you entered into our giveaway, and if you haven't already, check us out on Instagram as well as Twitter. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.